Man, ladies and gentlemen, Ravens flock, it has been one of the roughest months we've gone through in quite some time. Now, going through that losing streak, losing half our team to COVID and being on that reserve list, just the Titans lost, Steelers lost, a lot of stuff has been tough, man. But today I can tell you, especially in that second half, the Ravens felt like the Ravens again. The Ravens weren't doing a lot of dumb things, though there still were penalties that hurt. The Ravens weren't really hurting themselves for the most part. They stuck to a game plan that was consistent, and they worked to the strengths of their team and to the weaknesses of their opponent's team. Coming into this game against the Cowboys, we knew that they can't stop the run. We are one of the best running teams in the league. So what do? Run the football. Lamar had one practice in 16 days. He should not be throwing the ball 25 times in this game. This is not one of those games where you should be seeing Lamar throwing the ball 25, 30 times. No. All you need to do is run the ball. You got J.K. Dobbins. You got Gus Edwards. You got the guys. Just run the football. Run it down their throat. They can't stop us. And I can honestly say for once, we did that. Greg Roman saw a team that played to his strengths, which is running the football, and he just ran it. He understood we shouldn't put a lot on Lamar right now. Again, he's only had one practice in 16 days. We've seen other quarterbacks like Cam Newton coming off of that. You're not going to have your best performance, but still, he did what he needed to do, and the team ran the ball. And I got to say, I'm definitely happy with what I saw in the second half. Just running this football for the most part. It's been great. It's definitely been great. Man. So let's get into this game. Basic recap for the most part. The Ravens beat the Cowboys 34-17. We advance to 7-5 and keep our season alive. Our test will be Monday night against the Browns. If we win that game, I think we're going 11-5. Win that game against Cleveland, you're beating the remaining three opponents. We will go 11-5 if we can beat the Browns. I honestly believe that. But Cleveland is our biggest test next week. We will get into that when the time is right. But today, Ravens flock, just enjoy this win, man. Man. Lamar coming back was everything to this team, man. When you get your MVP quarterback back, when you get the leader of your team back, as well as so many players, man. Getting Calais Campbell back, getting Brandon Williams back, getting the whole squad together back on defense, it just helped so much. And you could tell in this game offensively, Lamar Jackson was the difference. You looked at last week with RG3, barely had practice. You saw what he was able to do. Not much. Lamar Jackson today, in terms of passing the ball, we didn't need him to pass much. We didn't even pass that much. He was 12 of 17, 104 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, I think a passer rating of 101. Not bad, especially this is Lamar Jackson we're talking about. We know how his game plays. That's actually pretty good. Lamar, in fact, in this game, made one of the best throws we've seen him throw, if not the best throw he's had this season. That touchdown pass to the back of the end zone to Hollywood Brown was beautiful. It's not quite Russell Wilson to Tyler Lockett, but it's really close. It's a really good throw. That's one of the better throws we've seen Lamar make in his career, and that's easily the best throw he's had all season. I mean, that was beautiful. Dude, he scans the field, looks to his right, goes back to his left, rolls to his left, and just puts that ball on a dime to Hollywood Brown. Just a beautiful pass. Beautiful pass. He also had another touchdown in the first half to Boykin, who got open in the secondary because a defender did not read this right, man. It's man-to-man. He playing zone for some reason. We took advantage. Lamar puts it on Boykin. He takes it in for the touchdown. Now, Lamar should have had a third touchdown to Boykin, and he actually managed to avoid the defense because Lamar's so elusive. He can extend the play and avoid defenders and just give himself an opportunity. And he did that. It's just he did not put that throw on Boykin. He underthrew it and threw it into the dirt. So he should have had 3 touchdowns in this game. But, it is what it is. Again, I'm going to put that up to Rust because there were some throws he threw here. It was off. And I'm going to say part of that has to do with Rust. The man's had one practice in 16 days. Give him. Let's sit back and say, okay, he's been rusty. Let's see. This passing offense still needs work, and we'll just see how that goes. But for the most part, you got to be somewhat satisfied what you saw on offense. After that interception, for the most part, they didn't really have much of a problem moving the ball down the field. In terms of the run game, oh man, Gus Edwards over 100 yards rushing. J.K. Dobbins, I believe he has 74 yards rushing and a touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 94 yards rushing and a touchdown. That 37-yard touchdown run by Lamar, nice. Clearly shows, man, he still got his speed. He's still fast. If you choose to ignore him and you don't put an emphasis on him, he will burn you. And that's what he did. So, it's beautiful. First half definitely had some concerns in terms of just coaching and some of the things, coachings and penalties and some of the things we were doing there. That still needs work. But in the second half, for the most part, we just ran the ball. We made some plays. Lamar made that spectacular touchdown pass to Hollywood, and everything was all good. So, obviously, this offense still needs work. But hopefully, this sparks something for us. This could be the spark for the Ravens, and they may have the ability to go on a run, finish 11-5, and maybe they make the playoffs. The biggest test left in the season is going to be Cleveland. If you beat Cleveland on Monday Night Football, this is an entirely different conversation, and everything changes, man. Everything changes. You beat Cleveland, we're going to be 8-5. Now you have a good chance to go on a run, finish 11-5, and this is a different situation, man. This is a different situation. Man. Let's get into the defense, man. Defense today, that second half was much better than the first half. Actually, overall today in this game, they didn't necessarily do bad, honestly. They did relatively well, I'm not going to lie. The 10 points, they gave up 10 points in the first half, and we talked about it in my halftime report. That was just due to the fact that, Lamar threw the pick early on, which put the Cowboys in the field goal position. And then the 7 points was due to the Cowboys getting a great return that put them into field goal range. And they just managed to take that in for a touchdown. In the second half, they gave up a touchdown, but they gave a touchdown late in the fourth quarter. But if you go back and look, before that play was on first down, I believe. It was on first down, and the touchdown pass was on fourth down. So on first down, the ball got tipped. And it looked like LJ Ford had himself an interception because he had the knee down and it looked like he had possession of the football. But sadly, it didn't necessarily. We weren't able to get a review of it properly, or maybe someone upstairs just didn't see it fast enough. Cowboys managed to get the snap, and rest was history. We couldn't review that or challenge that, so it is what it is. They end up getting the touchdown. It was to, I believe, Amari Cooper, who managed to catch the ball, gets both his feet down, and next thing you know, it was 27-17. Then we take the ball, we go down the field, just carve them up in the run game, and finish it off with a touchdown to basically ice the game. Yeah, other than that, defense for the most part, they definitely did get that interception early on that tip pass. And other than that, they didn't give up any big plays. They were giving up small chunk plays here. They kept getting beat to the outside. Like these out routes and stuff, they kept getting beat. They kept getting beat to the sideline. I was looking like, guys, man, Andy Dalton's like throwing the same pass every time to his receivers, and y'all not stopping them. These receivers keep beating you to the sideline and getting these catches for the first down. Got to clean that up. But, it is what it is for the most part. Defense didn't give anything up. They didn't give up anything big for the most part. Also, maybe it's due to the fact that there's not been much practice with the team. I hope that's the case because we're going up against Cleveland next week, and we need these guys to step up. But our pass rushing today was not there. I think we got one sack. Who was it? By Bowser, I believe. You had one sack in this game. It was one sack. One sack. We could not get to Andy Dalton. The Cowboys have their starting backups in their offensive line, and we struggled to even touch Andy Dalton. That's not good. That's not good. But I'm hoping it's just due to the fact that these guys are just lacking practice. Again, a lot of guys that played tonight didn't have much practice. They just came off the list. So we're just hoping that will be the case because everybody's got to be ready for the game on Monday night against Cleveland. Other than that, again, there was not much to say about the defense. They played a lot of bend but don't break. They gave up a lot of yards, but they didn't give up a lot of points. Only 17, which is what I predicted. I believe this game was going to end 27-17, and it was looking like that. But Baltimore was just too good running the football. They had to add on another touchdown, so that's all good. And it just feels nice to win, man. Last but not least, special teams. Special teams did not do well today. Tucker missed a 36-yard field goal, which ends a streak. I think he had 70 straight field goals made inside the 40. That streak ended today, so that's unfortunate. And also, the special teams gave up a big return. But other than that, they kind of, closed down, so that's good. And last but not least, coaching. Coaching today, there were times where they were questionable. There were times where they lacked discipline. It's just, I still have my questions about our coaching staff. I still have questions about this coaching staff moving forward. They have to step up, and they got to get these guys more disciplined because these penalties need to stop. So many penalties are happening on us, and that needs to be fixed. And again, last but not least, refs today were garbage as usual. A lot of missed calls on both sides. A lot of bad calls on both sides. The refs are bad every game. You just got to play past them. This is just football. This is how it is. The refs are always going to be bad. This is just sports in general, though. Refs are always going to be bad. You just have to play past it. You got to deal with it. So it is what it is. But, man, I'm so happy, man. Finally getting the win. It feels nice to see the Ravens play like the Ravens. It feels great to see Lamar Jackson out there again making plays. And, man, team did well today. Team did well. I didn't like some of the things I saw in the first half, but they recovered nicely. Just beautifully in the second half. They recovered beautifully in the second half, and we'll just see what they do moving forward. This team is going to have to prove it to everybody on Monday night. Beating the Cowboys is one thing, but Cleveland just demolished the Titans, and they're sitting at 9-3. Beating them on Monday Night Football would change some level of a perspective. Because if you beat them, we'll go to 8-5. They'll drop to 9-4. Now, everything's different, man. And we may be looking at a situation where the Ravens really can run the table, go 5-0, and finish the season 11-5. We'll have to see, man, but I'm just glad Lamar Jackson's back. I'm glad Calais Campbell's back. I'm glad Brandon Williams back. I'm glad all these guys are back. And hopefully we can get Mark Andrews back. We can get Willie Snead back and everyone else back. And this team can be back to where it is. Everybody's ready. Everybody's together. Everybody's practiced. And they're good to go, and they'll be ready to face off against Cleveland. That's my wish. But we'll see what happens, man. With that being said, that's all I got. It's a victory for the Ravens. The best thing we could have, because this has been a very, very tough month to deal with as a Ravens fan. But, hey, hopefully this means we're going up. We'll see what happens. We have some work to do, but again, that Cleveland game could be the difference maker, and we could go on a run and get hot. Who knows? That's all I got for you guys, and I'm out of here. Peace. Go Ravens!